What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another talk on operations. So, today I'm going to talk about something that might sound like it only matters to airlines, but the reality of it is it's a lesson learned for every small business, and y'all need to hear this. So, let's get into it. So, in aviation, bad weather is the number one cause of delays. So think about like thunderstorms, heavy winds, snowstorms, stuff that we can't control, obviously. But here's the kicker. Those delays add up to like 32.9 billion every year in the US alone. So this is based on an article that I read in Aerotime. That is like billions of dollars wasted on fuel, extra crew time, misconnections, all the things, right? Now let's bring it back home. If you're running a small business, maybe it's not in the billions, but a late delivery and a no-show service call or storm that forces you to shut down for the day can cause you a sale, right? So those disruptions, they add up and they could hurt your bottom line. Now, airlines, they don't just shrug it off and say, well, it's another bad day. Oh, well. No, they actually plan. They use forecasting tools so that they can see storms coming days ahead. One of the tools that they use, it's called Maverick Dispatch. It sounds fancy, I know. But all it means is that it's a tool that gives them clear insights about upcoming weather, not like overwhelming reports, just the stuff that they actually need. There's another tool that they use. It's WXMix, which is short for Weather Mix. It combines a ton of forecasts into like one clear picture. So that lets airlines see up to 10 days ahead where storms, turbulence, or even seasonal shifts might happen. So the bottom line, well, the best in aviation are not reacting in the moment. They're anticipating what's coming. They're planning. Now, when it comes to small businesses, like how do we connect that, right? So your small business might not fly planes, but you do rely on timing, resources, and smooth operations. So if you deliver products, weather can throw off your schedule. If you're in service, maybe a storm can wipe out a whole day of client appointments. And then even in retail, snow or heavy rain can kill your foot traffic. So the question here is, are you planning ahead like these airlines, or are you just waiting for stuff to hit, right? Are you being proactive or reactive? So let me just make this a little bit more practical for you. There's tools that you can use. There's one called Visual Crossing Weather Planner. It's not just for pilots. It can give you a clear picture with easy to read weather outlooks. Um, and this would help you in your business, right? So again, this is not just for airlines. Weather has to, it contributes to your operation, whether you believe it or not, or think it or not. It does. Because it's if it's pouring outside, it's raining cats and dogs, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. I don't care if I had an appointment. I'm just not going. So just think of it from that perspective. Um, so what does this mean? You can schedule deliveries around the storms, you can staff up or staff down, based on the weather patterns, and then you can keep your customers in the loop before they start calling and saying like, hey, what are we doing? Right? So like we're talking about being proactive. We're talking about using tools to forecast, right? So we're not only talking about like forecasting in your business operation doesn't always mean financially. It could mean just mother nature all around, right? So everything affects your business. When I was in the parking industry, and I would have to forecast budgets, I would take into account weather. I would take into account pop-up events that were in the area. And then I would compare like what happened last year. There was a location that I was overseeing, and a city winery had opened up in the area. And so because of that city winery, our revenue boosted because now more people needed to park in our garage because now they're going out to dinner. There were concerts there. So it's not always just about what's going on in your operation. Always think about the surrounding events that could happen, right? So maybe holidays or, weather, right? It could be a number of things. So here's the thing. Airlines plan weather because delays are expensive. So for them, it's in the billions. For you, it could be a missed sale, a frustrated client, or hours of lost productivity. The reality of it is that you don't need airline level tech to think like an airline. You just need to adopt the mindset. Optimize before you're forced to react. That is the difference between businesses that stay stuck in chaos and businesses that grow with confidence. All right, y'all. So that is all I have for you for today. I hope that this was helpful. I hope it gave you an idea. And as always, don't forget to thank God for giving you life today and blessing you with the opportunity to be better than you were yesterday and all that you do and all that you are. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you share, let the world know that I am on a mission to help small businesses understand that operations is how their business runs. All right, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.